So for one last time for this primary, money out of? Money in your? Medicare for? Let's go win. Thank you so much.
The Democratic Senate primary in Michigan is still too close to call. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Wednesday, August 5th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. It was a long night of vote counting in Michigan. Representative Haley Stevens, a moderate preferred by the Democratic establishment, is locked in a battle with Abdul El-Sayed. He's a former public health official and favorite of progressives. This primary race highlighted tensions within the Democratic Party, including over the party's political identity, support for Israel, and the role of money in politics. While waiting for a result last night, El-Sayed rallied his supporters.
Turns out it takes a long time to count some votes in Michigan. It's a big state, but I will tell you this. I want you just to reflect on what that means. Right now, we are on track to vastly outvote the historical numbers that we should have expected. And that tells you about the kind of movement that we were able to inspire.
Stevens also prepared her supporters for a long night.
We knew that this was going to be a close race, and that's exactly what we've got.
Both candidates spoke of a need for unity after this race plays out. Whoever wins today will face Republican Representative Mike Rogers in the general election.
Tomorrow we begin to mend fences. Whatever happens tonight, we have a responsibility to assure that we unite to make sure that Mike Rogers never sees the inside of the U.S. Senate.
The Michigan Senate race will be critical to determining which party controls the Senate after the November midterms. Check back in with the Post today to see when a winner is called. Number 2 is a Post exclusive. President Trump ordered changes to his new helipad after weeks of around-the-clock work. Trump has made the new White House helipad a priority, ordering that work begun in June be completed in time for a state visit in September. But it turns out that he was dissatisfied with the results. He has directed contractors to redo weeks of work after becoming frustrated with the helipad's appearance. The White House's south lawn, where the helipad is being built, slants downward. But Trump wants the landing pad to sit level with the horizon, prompting contractors to consider whether to start by changing the lawn itself. Photographs obtained by the Post show how contractors have taken apart their work, including a 100-foot-wide granite presidential seal that was beginning to take shape last week. You can see what it looks like in today's 7 newsletter. Number 3. A federal judge opened up about threats he experienced after ruling against Trump. U.S. District Judge John McConnell received a strange pizza delivery to his house last year. No one at his home had ordered it. But it was the name on the order that shocked him, Daniel Anderall. McConnell called Esther Solis, a fellow federal judge in a different state. He told her he had received a delivery in the name of her son, who was shot and killed in 2020 by a disgruntled lawyer targeting Solis. Such deliveries were made to federal judges in at least 7 states. For McConnell, the delivery was part of a wave of threats unlike anything he had ever experienced and signaled a new era for federal judges. His experience is emblematic of the climate-facing judges when they make rulings that find Trump administration actions to be unlawful. Some judges have found the rhetoric so troubling that they are increasingly speaking out about the danger it poses to the rule of law. Number 4. A man has been charged with arson as wildfires consume parts of Spokane, Washington. 37-year-old Aaron Farinacci was arrested in connection with the Old Trail Fire, one of 3 blazes in the region. He has been charged with first-degree arson. Authorities said that a witness who was driving near the area had contacted police, The witness saw a man standing on the side of the road and looking into the trees. Then, 10 minutes later, the man was seen bending down near the grass, standing up, and looking nervous. When the witness later saw smoke from the area, they decided to get in touch with authorities. Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles shared more about the suspect at a press briefing yesterday.
Mr. Fernacci is a convicted felon out of the state of Arizona. He has a felony conviction for manslaughter and a preceding arrest in the same case in premeditated murder in the state of Arizona.
More than 10% of Spokane County's population are under evacuation orders due to the fires, and around 700 structures have been burned down. According to the CDC, the cyclosporiasis outbreak is now in 15 states. That's our fifth story. It's the summer of Cyclospora. The diarrhea-causing parasite has sickened thousands of people. The largest known outbreak in the U.S. has been linked to iceberg lettuce from Taylor Farms in central Mexico. 9 states had already been named in this outbreak. Now, the CDC is adding Arkansas, Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska, New Hampshire, and North Carolina. That's according to people familiar with the investigation. In Missouri, the number of cyclosporiasis cases jumped dramatically in the past week. Patients there who were interviewed said they had consumed Taco Bell before getting sick. The CDC's expansion marks a significant widening of the outbreak, so stay safe out there. Number 6. Fast walkers in their 80s have half the risk of cognitive decline. Decades ago, scientists first noticed that slow or uncertain gait in older people was disproportionately linked to poor health, short lifespans, and dementia. New research looks into the opposite phenomenon. Do fast older walkers, known as supermovers, remain clear thinkers as the years pass? One study seems to show the answer is yes. It found that people who are able to walk significantly faster than most of their aging peers are about half as likely to experience cognitive decline. Their brains typically work better and for longer. One theory as to why is that fast walking may act like a brain-boosting puzzle. The brain has to rapidly juggle motor control, navigation, uneven ground, and other obstacles. Plus, exercise is just good for you. So if you're walking to work today, walk fast. And at number 7, social media is fueling an intense form of romantic obsession. The term limerence was coined by Dorothy Tennov in the 1970s. It describes profound romantic infatuation. Not just a crush, but frequent thoughts about a love interest, moods dependent on their actions, and vivid fantasy. In the past few years, limerence has swept social media. That's apt because social media has created a digital world that's primed for obsessive, one-sided crushes. It's easier than ever to access photos and information about a crush, light up the brain's reward system, and fuel fixations. And some platforms are taking advantage of that fact. In June, Meta released Instagram Plus. The service costs around $4 a month and allows users to check how many times a person has viewed one of their stories, which is, in my opinion, too much information. If you find yourself falling down a limerence hole, the best way to recover, according to experts, is to go cold turkey. Unfollow, block, do whatever you can to get your brain out of an unhealthy spiral. Yet another reason today to say, stay safe out there. All right, you're all caught up. Do you have an obsessive crush on the 7 podcast from the Washington Post? Good. Put it to work and leave us a lovely rating or review wherever you are listening, like Apple or Spotify. We promise the feeling is mutual. Except for that one guy who emailed me to say I say my own last name wrong. Oh well, they can't all be Jules. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.